Chapter 18. The Shape of the Truth. The morning after the inquest, the world felt strangely hollow. Not empty, just thinned out, as though someone had taken a blade to the edges of things and shaved them down to their simplest forms. The sea was calm. The sky was pale. The gulls circled lazily above the harbor, their cries muted by distance. Nesrine sat on a bench overlooking the water, her coat pulled tight against the breeze. She had come here without thinking, guided by instinct rather than intention. The harbor was a place where stories settled. Fishermen's tales, sailors' regrets, the quiet confessions of people who had nowhere else to put their truths. Arthur approached from behind, his footsteps soft on the wooden planks. He carried 2 coffees, handing one to her without a word. She accepted it, warming her hands around the cup. "You didn't sleep," he said. "Neither did you." He sat beside her. "You're thinking about him." "I'm thinking about all of them." The water lapped gently against the pier, a soft, rhythmic sound that felt almost like breathing. Arthur leaned back, stretching his legs. "You've solved harder cases." "This wasn't a case," she said. "It was a life." He nodded slowly. "And a death." Nesrine watched a fishing boat pull away from the dock, its engine rumbling softly. There's a difference between understanding what happened and understanding why it happened. "You know why?" "Yes," she said. "But knowing isn't the same as accepting." Arthur studied her profile. "What part won't you accept?" She took a slow breath. "That they all failed him," she said. "Not just the 5. Not just Jane. Everyone who ever looked past him. Everyone who ever mistook quiet for strength. Everyone who thought he was fine because he didn't ask for help." Arthur's voice softened. "You can't carry that." "I'm not carrying blame," she said. "I'm carrying truth." She sipped her coffee, letting the warmth settle in her chest. "He wasn't born broken," she said. "He was shaped by neglect, by longing, by the ache of being almost seen." Arthur nodded. "And by the house." Nesrine didn't disagree. "Birkin House held him," she said. "It gave him a place to exist, a place to imagine himself whole. And when the others left, the house became the only witness to his life." Arthur looked out at the water. "Do you think he wanted to die?" "No," she said. "I think he wanted to stop hurting, and he didn't know the difference." They sat in silence for a moment, the breeze tugging gently at their coats. Arthur finally spoke. "So what's the shape of the truth then?" Nesrine closed her eyes briefly. "That he loved them," she said. "All of them. Even when they didn't love him back. That he wanted to belong more than he wanted to breathe. That he mistook attention for affection. That he mistook silence for rejection. That he mistook kindness for salvation." She opened her eyes. "And that none of it was enough." Arthur exhaled. "That's a hard truth." "It's the only one that fits." A gull swooped low over the water, its wings skimming the surface before lifting into the air again. Arthur turned to her. "And what about you?" "What about me? What's your truth in all this?" She didn't answer immediately. When she did, her voice was quiet. "That I saw him too late." Arthur shook his head. "You saw him more clearly than anyone ever did." "Maybe," she said, "but clarity isn't rescue." He didn't argue. She finished her coffee and set the cup beside her on the bench. "I'm going back to the house," she said. Arthur raised an eyebrow. "Again?" "Yes." "Why?" She looked out at the horizon, where the sky met the sea in a thin, trembling line. "Because the story isn't finished," she said. "Not until I decide what to do with it." Arthur stood. "Then I'm coming with you." She didn't protest. They walked back toward the car together, the harbor fading behind them, the sea whispering its endless, indifferent song. The shape of the truth was becoming clearer. Not a circle, not a line. Something more fractured, more human, and Nesrine Boudaoud was ready to follow it to its end.